This is Declan Peachy. And this is Shane Carteret. And this is Deeks and Shane do whangarei.
G'day everybody and welcome to Deeks and Shane do whangarei. We're here today in Bloom Florist on Rust Ave with Jules. How are you, Jules?
I'm good today. How are you, Declan?
I'm very good, thank you. And we actually noticed you're putting together a piece of work right now. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yes, this is a special request from MediaWorks. They've rung up and wanted something obviously romantic, so we've gone for the 6 red roses and 6 tulips. And we're going to load them with ours today. So not really sure what it's for, but that's all ready, so when they come walking in the middle of our interview, we can give it to them.
So Jules, tell us a little bit about the beginnings of Bloom.
Well, Martin and I came here, it'll be 8 years in October, and I was very pregnant, and I said, oh, we'd better do something to make money. So we decided that we would fall back on my trade, and after now 30 years in the trade, we've been here for 8 years, thanks to our daughter Frida, who will be 8 on the 1st of October. So
awesome.
we started Bloom with Frida, who was 2 weeks old. I had no idea of the undertaking of a baby with a business, but there you go. A couple of years later we had Zeta, who's now 5. We left New York, we didn't really feel that we would have the lifestyle that we could have here. And we're very blessed and about at Mangatapere now with a beautiful big garden and something I'd like to spend more time doing, but having a shop in town, it doesn't always work out that way. Martin didn't have a green card to live in New York, so it was very difficult. And we basically got married not long before I actually went back to New York to do that florist position as a florist for Jane Packer, who's quite a big florist name in Britain. The Terence Conran store is no longer where it was positioned when I was there. Flower School is actually still running there, which is something that I really wanted to do here in whangarei, that's why hence we got upstairs. But unfortunately with a little bit of recession and me having to be in the shop all the time, it's not always that easy to set a flower school up. So
tell us a little bit though about the business that you had in Auckland. What's it like being a business owner and operator here in whangarei as opposed to Auckland?
I actually enjoy it more. I find whangarei people a lot more sincere. It's a very cutthroat industry down there, and I believe so it is now. It's very, very difficult. So yeah, we have a lot of loyal customers here that have followed us, since we started, and we feel very grateful to our whangarei people, so thank you. You get all your high profile stuff, don't you, from Auckland, like we did win Best Florist for 7 years in the Metro Award, which was really a fabulous achievement, and we thank all those people as well. And then we did a lot of work for like Pacific Renaissance, Xena, had some fabulous credibility there over the 7 to 8 years that we had Texas Rose, or I had Texas Rose. And a lot of thanks to a lot of local and filmy people down in Auckland. We had Susan Christensen on board, who's a fabulous designer who actually has Flowers on Franklin / Orlando now. Got front cover for the House and Garden a couple of times. And then I actually was very fortunate enough to win a green card, and that was how I got out of Auckland. I didn't really particularly want to go, although I had, 7 years of having a business at the age of, since I was 25, I was kind of ready to go and travel again. But I don't discourage any young people in whangarei to, make sure you ask the universe and believe in yourself. I had to really look within myself and follow my dreams and And I found that in gardening, would you believe, initially. Yeah.
It's good for the soul though, isn't it? Being
Yeah.
with nature and
It
toiling in
sure
the
is.
soil, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good for the soul.
You know, you can do anything, can't you?
And this isn't the only artistic things you've done, are they?
Huh?
Tell us about some of your travels, like Indonesia and...
Oh yeah, I think I got a lot of inspiration from my travel. Yes, I've done a lot of creative things in Indonesia, as we possibly have touched on. Definitely encourage young people to get out there and travel, although I don't know if it would be now as easy as it was for me back then. I spent 3 years in Indonesia when I was 19 and worked for a company called What's Happening, who back then did a lot of clothing for Nelson Mandela, which was pretty cool. I worked for a South African company who were based in America, and I used to help them ship all the clothing out of Indonesia and into America. I think travel's always been an inspiration. I would definitely encourage travel. I've surprised myself by coming back to whangarei, but I think since I've been here...
We're glad you did.
Oh, thank you.
We're fortunate enough also now to be joined by Martin, husband to Jules and co-owner of Bloom. Now, Martin, tell us a little bit about Guys of Flowers. It's kind of a strange mix, but tell us a little bit about it.
Guys and flowers, they don't know what they want.
I know personally when I walk into a florist, I look for a woman that can basically tell me what I need.
Yeah, what the woman wants.
Yeah. Basically I give them a brief 2-minute rundown of the woman buying the flowers for them and say, sort me out. And
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here.
yeah. So that's quite common then.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a mad bass player, play 4-string, 5-string, double bass, and yeah, anything that got a bit of a bass rhythm on it, and yeah, I love it. It's my thing.
I've always been intrigued, especially by the double bass.
Yeah.
And the nice hollow, low tone that they have.
Gives you a nice blister on the side here when you play it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you play pizzicato as opposed to wood picks and bows?
Yeah, I have a bow too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Play with a couple of girls who play
Awesome.
a bit of classical. So.
And where are you playing next, Martin?
Oh, tomorrow night we're playing at whangarei, and we've got 11 gigs booked up here for the next 2 months.
So is that at the pub in Whangarei?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go check it out, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
is
also...
going to be hard out.
Yeah, hard out. And
Hard out,
also
rock and roll.
you play at Hikarangi, don't you?
Oh, we play Hickory, we play Monteroto, we play old pubs and towns, we play, try to get a bit out of town, but yeah, it's nice to be in here because then you don't have to travel so far.
Yeah.
But apparently Auckland would like us to come down there and do a couple of shows, so that's going to be
Awesome.
interesting.
That'd be great. Some
Yeah.
whangarei talent going down to
Yeah.
the big city. Yeah.
Awesome. And what are the names of your bands?
5K is the party rock band, and Nose for Jazz is our little jazz thing, and Rosie Friday is the classical rock trio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
Must take a lot of talent to play in 3 different styles.
Takes a lot of time.
A lot of
Doesn't
time,
it?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does. Lots of babysitters.
And it's quite interesting too, jazz. I mean, that's kind of like really, a lot of people consider that the peak in music, don't they? Like
Yeah.
jazz is the most soulful, artful, most intricate style.
Also the hardest.
Yep.
The hardest to make it work. But the people I play with, Aaron Wright and the guy drummer from North, another Aaron, they're quite talented, and it's honestly easy to play with them because I just play along and they honestly run the show.
So from flowers to music.
Yeah, I played everywhere. I played in Cuba, I played in America, played here, played all over Europe, touring. Yeah.
Wow.
That used to be my life before I met this mad florist.
Yeah, so mad flowers and mad music.
So actually, okay, playing around the world, how have you likened that to the talent that you found here in whangarei, especially?
I think there's great talent in this town. I just think they have less stickability to cope with the project and keep it going, even though you've got differences. And I might not need to love the person I play with, but I need to make it work when we're playing. And if you get these kind of differences in a band, a lot of the people up here in New Zealand, I noticed, as soon as they meet a little bit of it's not going their way 100%, they pull out.
Yeah.
And they're not really good at
That's less
criticism.
stickability, maybe.
Yeah.
It might be too easy to give up.
Yeah, it's too easy to give up and not do the hard 9 yards. It's sad to see because there is so much talent here and there's so many good musos here.
But like anything good, you
Yeah.
have to stick at it, don't you?
You have to stick at it.
That's right.
I left the band in Europe when I got married to Jules that's been lasting for 21 years. I've been part of it for 8 years, and it was the same 7 people in the band, except for me for the last 8 years. And it takes a lot, because it becomes your next little family, and you have to make it work.
I actually believe that there should be a lot more of that in whangarei businesses than one children back in each other.
Bit more network, because I mean business is tough out there, there's no doubt about it. Retail is definitely a tough game these days. And you know, like for example for the French hen, I mean we promote her with the silk flowers and she promotes us with the fresh flowers. And the restaurants around town, you know, or the hairdressers, we'll do complimentary flowers for a month just to help boost their morale. Because I think we've all got to encourage each other in the actual community, because I mean if we don't, sadly, it's a pretty hard yards out there. There's a lot of empty shops, there's a lot of shops that need to be filled, there's a lot more business that needs to be created, and then with that you have to actually be a bit more proactive on the networking and promoting each other, And I mean, if you've got a product that, you don't find expensive to put together to help enhance a business, and they've got products, and vice versa, or you can tell someone about a special, or they can. I mean, in a nice, stylish, good way. Then it's a win-win, isn't it?
That's right, definitely. So yeah, one thing that we have seen a lot actually with all the people that we've interviewed so far, and I don't know if we're just blessed to find and interview really good people, but one of the things that they all share in common is this love for customer service. Customers are now what they consider friends and visitors, as opposed to the people who have just walked in off the street. And we've also noticed too, if they can't fill needs, they actually redirect the customer, and thus still giving them service.
That's right, yeah, that's really important. Instead of maybe the old days when it's like, no, I don't know where you can go. I think, gone are the days of that type of behaviour, really. If you can't do it, then I think you are obligated really to, do yourself and then justice, and then the next person that they actually need, and say, okay, well I know where you can find that, like you're saying. And yeah, just having that information available, and I suppose just a little bit more networking in the community would probably be a really good thing. So then people can get out, say a little bit about their wares and what they offer. It wouldn't have to cost anything. Maybe they could do a koha or have it at a business, a restaurant or a place that, wanted to put on drinks or something to promote themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Promoting each other. With the service thing, I mean, Martin and I, as hopefully anyone will know, would jump if someone came in and said they only wanted to spend $10 or $5. We'd find something. Just because we look expensive doesn't mean to say that we have only expensive things. And I think that's something to remember as well, that it's not really about what you're spending, it's about the whole concept of what you're giving. Martin will drive to way out the back blocks of Cockapoo Block Road, or Rangatoria, what's it called?
Yeah, that's it.
Tangatoria, or...
That's quite way out.
Oh yeah. We get those dirt road deliveries, but you know what, they're as important as the person across the road.
So also, we've mentioned the network a couple of times, so you can go onto Bloom's website if you want to give us the exact website.
Yeah, that is...
www.
Bloomflowers.co.nz.
And you will also see links to other businesses that Jules and Martin support as well. So do check it out, people.
And if there's some businesses that's not on the list that would like to get on the list, we would like to have an email from you, and then we'll put you on the list.
Good idea, yeah. We don't want to offend anyone by saying all the businesses we support in town, because we'll probably miss someone off. So we just support all businesses in whangarei. And what do? Edit it, cut it, and carry on there?
I just upload it straight away, raw. We don't even ask you if it's if you like it or not. We just bang. No, you're cool. No, we give it an edit and then
give it a bit of a tickle up, and off it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Whatever you think makes you look the best. Give us a...
I haven't got a